Everything in your life begins with a belief. Before you take your first step, before you speak your first word, before you chase a dream or give up on one, there is always a belief guiding your actions. Whether you realize it or not, your beliefs become the invisible force that determines the direction of your life. If you believe that opportunities are everywhere, you will naturally begin to notice them. If you believe that you are capable of learning, growing, and succeeding, you will continue moving forward even when the journey becomes difficult. But if you believe that life is against you, that success belongs only to other people, or that your past has already decided your future, then those beliefs will quietly become the walls that keep you trapped. The greatest transformation does not begin when your circumstances change. It begins the moment your beliefs change. Think about the people who accomplish extraordinary things. They are not always the smartest people in the room. They are not always the richest, the most talented, or the luckiest. What often separates them from everyone else is that they choose to believe in possibilities before they see proof. They believe that every challenge has a solution. They believe that every setback contains a lesson. They believe that every closed door is directing them toward a better one. This kind of belief is not blind optimism. It is a decision to trust that today's struggle does not define tomorrow's outcome. It is the quiet confidence that whispers, "Keep going," even when the world tells you to stop. Your mind is constantly searching for evidence to support what you already believe. If you wake up every morning expecting failure, your attention will naturally focus on everything that goes wrong. You will notice every mistake, every rejection, every delay, and every obstacle. But when you wake up expecting growth, your attention shifts. Suddenly, you begin to notice opportunities that were always there. You see lessons instead of losses. You discover possibilities where others only see problems. The world has not changed. Your perspective has. And your perspective changes everything. Many people spend years waiting for confidence before taking action. They think they must feel ready before they begin. But confidence is not the starting point. Confidence is the reward for taking action, despite uncertainty. Every successful person has faced moments of doubt. Every great achievement began with someone stepping into the unknown without any guarantee of success. They moved because they believed that progress was possible. They trusted that each step would reveal the next one. Life rewards movement far more often than hesitation. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. You do not dig it up every morning to check whether it is growing. You water it. You protect it. You give it time. You trust the process. Your dreams require the same kind of faith. Every positive habit you build is a seed. Every disciplined choice you make is another seed. Every act of kindness, every moment of patience, every lesson you learn, and every challenge you overcome is quietly preparing a harvest that you cannot yet see. Just because the results are invisible today does not mean they are not growing beneath the surface. Belief also changes the energy you bring into every room. People are naturally drawn to those who carry hope instead of fear, possibility instead of doubt, and determination instead of excuses. When you believe in your purpose, your words become more powerful. Your actions become more intentional. Your presence becomes more inspiring. You no longer need to convince everyone around you that you are capable. Your consistency begins to speak louder than your promises. There will always be moments when life tests your faith. There will be days when plans fall apart, doors close, and disappointments arrive without warning. In those moments, remember that your direction is determined not by what happens to you, but by what you choose to believe about what happens to you. One person sees failure as the end of the story. Another sees it as the beginning of wisdom. One person sees rejection as proof that they are not enough. Another sees it as protection from the wrong path. The event may be the same, but the belief creates a completely different future. When you begin acting as if everything is working out for your highest good, your decisions become wiser, your heart becomes lighter, and your mind becomes calmer. You stop wasting energy trying to control every outcome. Instead, you focus on becoming the kind of person who can handle whatever comes next. That is where true strength is found. It is found in trusting yourself, trusting the journey, and believing that every experience, whether joyful or painful, is shaping you into the person you were meant to become. So, choose your beliefs carefully, because they are writing the story of your future every single day. Believe that you can grow. Believe that you can recover. Believe that you can begin again. Believe that every challenge carries a hidden opportunity. Believe that your best days are still ahead of you. Because the direction of your life will never rise higher than the beliefs you choose to carry, and when your beliefs are rooted in hope, courage, gratitude, and unwavering faith, your journey will always move toward a future greater than you can currently imagine. Every setback has the power to change your life, but not because it breaks you. It changes your life because it reveals something within you that success alone never could. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid disappointment, failure, rejection, and pain, believing that these experiences are signs they are moving in the wrong direction. But what if every setback is not a punishment, but a preparation? What if every closed door is quietly guiding you toward the one that was truly meant for you? What if the delays that frustrate you today are actually protecting you from paths that would have limited your future? The truth is that life often gives its greatest gifts in the wrapping paper of difficulty, and only those who are willing to keep moving forward will ever discover what is hidden inside. Think back to the hardest moments of your own life. At the time, they probably felt unbearable. You may have questioned yourself, doubted your abilities, or wondered why things were happening the way they were. You may have believed that everything was falling apart. Yet when you look back now, you may realize that many of those painful moments forced you to grow in ways comfort never could. They taught you patience when you wanted immediate answers. They taught you resilience when you wanted an easy path. They taught you wisdom when you only wanted success. The pain was real, but so was the transformation. Sometimes life has to remove what is comfortable before it can introduce what is extraordinary. There is a difference between people who remain stuck after a setback and those who rise stronger because of it. The difference is not intelligence, talent, or luck. The difference is perspective. One person sees failure as proof that they should quit. Another sees failure as valuable feedback. One person sees rejection as the end of an opportunity. Another sees it as redirection toward something greater. The event may be exactly the same, but the meaning you assign to it determines the direction of your future. When you change the way you interpret your setbacks, you change the way you respond to them, and your response always carries more power than the setback itself. Imagine a sculptor standing before a massive block of stone. To someone walking by, it may look as though the sculptor is destroying the rock with every strike of the hammer. Pieces fall away. Dust fills the air. The surface becomes rough and uneven. But the sculptor is not destroying the stone. The sculptor is revealing the masterpiece hidden inside. Life often works the same way. Every challenge chips away at fear. Every disappointment removes unnecessary pride. Every obstacle strips away excuses, doubts, and weaknesses. What remains is a stronger, wiser, and more courageous version of yourself. The process may feel painful, but the purpose is beautiful. Many people pray for strength, confidence, patience, and wisdom, yet they become frustrated when life presents situations that develop exactly those qualities. Strength is not built without resistance. Confidence is not built without uncertainty. Patience is not built without waiting. Wisdom is not built without experience. The very things you ask life to give you often arrive disguised as challenges. Instead of asking why something difficult is happening, ask what it is teaching you. That single question has the power to transform suffering into growth and frustration into purpose. Every successful journey is filled with moments that looked like failure. Every great leader has experienced rejection. Every entrepreneur has faced losses. Every athlete has endured defeat. Every artist has heard criticism. Every person who has achieved something meaningful has walked through seasons where nothing seemed to be working. Yet they refused to believe that temporary setbacks were permanent conclusions. They understood that every obstacle was preparing them for responsibilities they could not yet see. They trusted that persistence would eventually produce results that quitting never could. Sometimes the greatest gift hidden inside a setback is clarity. A failed plan may reveal a better direction. A broken relationship may teach you your true worth. A lost opportunity may create space for a greater one. A season of loneliness may reconnect you with yourself. A financial struggle may teach habits that create lasting wealth. A painful ending may become the beginning of a completely different life, one filled with deeper purpose, stronger character, and greater peace. In the moment, these lessons often feel impossible to recognize. But with time, you begin to understand that life was not working against you. It was working for your growth. There will be moments when you feel like giving up because nothing seems to be happening. You will wonder if your efforts matter. You will question whether all the hard work is worth it. During those moments, remember that the strongest trees grow through storms, not sunshine alone. Diamonds are formed under pressure, not comfort. Gold is refined through fire, not ease. The most valuable things in life are strengthened by difficulty. And so are you. Every challenge you survive adds another layer of resilience to your character. Every obstacle you overcome increases your confidence for the next one. Every setback becomes proof that you are capable of rising again. Do not measure your life only by victories. Measure it by the courage you showed when life became difficult. Measure it by the hope you held on to when everything seemed uncertain. Measure it by the determination to keep moving when others would have stopped. These moments shape your identity far more than effortless success ever could. The world often celebrates the achievement, but it is the unseen struggles that create the person capable of achieving it. So the next time life does not go according to your plan, resist the urge to believe that everything is lost. Trust that there is something valuable unfolding beyond what you can currently understand. Keep your heart open, keep your faith strong, and keep taking the next step. One day you will look back and realize that the setback you once feared was actually the turning point that changed everything. It was not the end of your story. It was the beginning of a chapter filled with greater wisdom, deeper strength, and opportunities that you could never have imagined if everything had gone according to your original plan. Every setback carries a hidden gift, and those who refuse to give up are the ones who eventually get to unwrap it. Every single day, you stand at a crossroads, whether you realize it or not. One path is guided by fear, and the other is guided by faith. Fear whispers that you are not ready, that you are too late, that you are not talented enough, that people will judge you, and that failure will define you forever. Faith whispers something entirely different. It reminds you that every expert was once a beginner, that every successful person faced uncertainty, and that every meaningful journey begins with one courageous step. The voice you choose to follow becomes the direction of your life. You cannot walk confidently toward your future while constantly looking over your shoulder at your fears. You must decide that your dreams deserve more attention than your doubts, and your purpose deserves more energy than your worries. Fear has a way of making small obstacles appear enormous. It convinces you to imagine problems that have not happened, conversations that have not taken place, and failures that exist only in your mind. It steals your peace before anything has even gone wrong. It convinces you to stay inside your comfort zone because it feels safe there. But comfort is rarely the place where growth happens. Every opportunity that changes your life exists just beyond the edge of what feels familiar. Faith gives you the courage to step into that unknown. It does not promise that every step will be easy, but it reminds you that every step forward makes you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Living from faith does not mean pretending that challenges do not exist. It means refusing to let challenges decide your future. It means looking at uncertainty without allowing it to control your emotions. It means believing that even when you cannot see the entire path, the next step is enough. Life has never required you to have every answer before you begin. It has only asked you to trust the process and continue moving forward. Many people spend years waiting for certainty before taking action, but certainty rarely comes first. Action creates experience, experience builds confidence, and confidence strengthens faith. Those who wait for perfect conditions often remain exactly where they are, while those who move with faith discover opportunities that could never have been seen from the sidelines. Think about the greatest achievements in history. None of them began with guarantees. Every inventor risked failure. Every entrepreneur invested without knowing the outcome. Every artist created without knowing whether anyone would appreciate the work. Every leader made difficult decisions without complete certainty. What separated them was not the absence of fear. It was the decision that faith in their purpose was stronger than fear of the unknown. Courage has never meant that fear disappears. Courage means moving forward, even while fear tries to hold you back. Fear also has another dangerous habit. It convinces you to compare your beginning with someone else's success. It tells you that you have missed your opportunity because someone else is already ahead. But faith reminds you that every person's journey unfolds in a different season. There is no benefit in measuring your progress against another person's timeline. The only comparison that truly matters is whether you are becoming a stronger, wiser, kinder, and more disciplined version of yourself than you were yesterday. Growth is personal. Success is personal. Your purpose is personal. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself to fully embrace the path that was designed for you. Fear also has another dangerous habit. It convinces you to compare your beginning with someone else's success. It tells you that you have missed your opportunity because someone else is already ahead. But faith reminds you that every person's journey unfolds in a different season. There's no benefit in measuring your unfolds in a different season. There is no benefit in measuring your progress against another person's timeline. The only comparison that truly matters is whether you are becoming a stronger, wiser, kinder, and more disciplined version of yourself than you were yesterday. Growth is personal. Success is personal. Your purpose is personal. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself to fully embrace the path that was designed for you. There will be days when nothing seems to make sense. Doors will close. Plans will change. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will test your patience. During those moments, fear will immediately tell you that everything is falling apart. Faith quietly reminds you that sometimes things must fall apart so that better things can come together. Many of life's greatest blessings arrive disguised as delays, detours, and disappointments. What feels like rejection today may actually be protection. What feels like waiting may actually be preparation. What feels like loss may actually be making room for something far greater than you could have planned for yourself. Living from faith also transforms the way you treat other people. When fear controls your heart, you become defensive, impatient, jealous, and suspicious. You begin protecting yourself from imagined threats instead of building meaningful relationships. But when faith guides your life, you become generous with encouragement, patient with imperfections, and confident enough to celebrate the success of others without feeling threatened by it. You understand that another person's victory does not diminish your own future. There is enough opportunity, enough purpose, and enough abundance for everyone willing to remain faithful to their own journey. Gratitude becomes much easier when you live by faith instead of fear. Fear constantly focuses on what is missing. It counts every problem, every delay, and every disappointment. Faith notices what is already present. It appreciates today's blessings while believing that tomorrow still holds greater possibilities. Gratitude does not ignore difficulties. It simply refuses to let difficulties become the only thing you see. A grateful heart remains hopeful because it understands that every new day brings another chance to learn, grow, and move closer to the life you are creating. The truth is, you cannot control every event that happens in your life. You cannot predict every challenge, every opportunity, or every unexpected turn. But you can control the spirit with which you meet each day. You can choose hope instead of despair. You can choose courage instead of hesitation. You can choose persistence instead of surrender. Most importantly, you can choose faith over fear. That single decision changes the way you think, the way you speak, the way you act, and ultimately, the way you live. So wake up each morning expecting good things to unfold. Walk with confidence even when the road is uncertain. Continue planting seeds of discipline, kindness, patience, and hard work, trusting that the harvest will arrive in its proper season. Refuse to let fear write the story of your future. Let faith become the foundation beneath every dream, every decision, and every challenge you face. Believe that every obstacle has a purpose. Every delay carries wisdom, and every closed door is directing you toward a better one. When you choose to live from faith instead of fear, you stop surviving life and begin truly living it. You discover a peace that does not depend on perfect circumstances, a confidence that does not require constant approval, and a strength that grows stronger with every challenge you overcome. That is the life of someone who believes that everything is always working out for the highest good, and that no matter what happens, the best chapters are still waiting to be written. As you leave today, remember this simple but life-changing truth. The quality of your life is shaped not only by what happens to you, but by what you choose to believe about what happens to you. When you believe that everything is always working out, you stop living as a victim of circumstances and start living as the creator of your future. You stop allowing fear to make your decisions, setbacks to define your identity, and uncertainty to steal your peace. Instead, you move with confidence, you grow through every challenge, and you trust that every step, even the difficult ones, is leading you exactly where you need to be. There will be moments when life tests your patience, your courage, and your faith. There will be days when nothing seems to make sense. But never mistake a difficult chapter for the end of your story. Every setback carries a lesson. Every delay has a purpose. Every closed door is making room for a better opportunity. The path may not always be easy, but it is always shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the life you are meant to live. So, starting today, choose belief over doubt. Choose gratitude over complaint. Choose courage over comfort. Choose faith over fear. Wake up each morning expecting miracles, walk through every challenge with confidence, and keep taking the next step even when you cannot see the entire road ahead. Trust that your efforts are never wasted, your growth is never unnoticed, and your future is far greater than your present circumstances. Live each day as if everything is always working out, because when you change your mindset, you change your actions. When you change your actions, you change your habits. When you change your habits, you change your destiny. The life you dream of is not waiting for a perfect moment. It is waiting for a person who refuses to quit, refuses to lose hope, and refuses to stop believing. Your next breakthrough may be one decision away. Your next opportunity may be one step away. Your greatest chapter may be closer than you think. So stand tall, believe deeply, move boldly, and never forget that the universe has a remarkable way of rewarding those who refuse to give up. Keep your heart open, keep your vision clear, and keep moving forward with unwavering faith. Because in the end, everything has a way of falling into place for those who believe, persevere, and never stop becoming the person they were created to be. Thank you.